中等定光波加火拉扬拉香扎罗，刚个罗珠正念正着念的南达拉斯，正念东个就像就是念经的个拉朗，刚到这边做马路门道等我来接着，我做个拉我就在这样了，就这样的，这点接着你么你弄的接着着正在。马路门是等我来那个正念正着了。多年大家三品大所用的里做节制的，知道这年将这道路么些人讲我让懒得的，我马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎。马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎那的，马拉巴扎。马拉巴扎那的，最多基金接着我这道路的门把拉山，挂档当就上了东巴，罗珠我别那瓦觉得说了，要接真不做的你没上，做的马路真不我家，把个人当俺咱都什么多，东巴的接着了。上扎罗，各位法师，各位佛友，大家晚上好。
Good evening, Dharma teachers and friends.
我们现在开始讲今天的课。听课之前，首先请大家发菩提心。
We are going to begin with this evening's teaching, and before we do so, please everybody make an aspiration of bodhicitta.
菩提心就是大乘佛教的精华，大乘佛教的灵魂，也就是大乘佛教的基础。
Bodhicitta is the essence, the soul, and the foundation of the Mahayana path.
所以我们想学大乘佛教的，就只有从菩提心开始入门。
So if we want to be students of the Mahayana path, then we need to begin with bodhicitta. This is the gate from where we enter into the Mahayana path.
希望大家在这个菩提心这上面呢花一点时间因为这个对我们一个真正的学佛的人来说是非常非常重要的。
So I hope that everyone can invest some time in cultivating bodhicitta because it's extremely important for someone who really wants to practice the teachings.
那么菩提心我们每天都有介绍今天也给大家简单的说，菩提心就是要下两个决心这两个决心叫做菩提心。
So each night I've been explaining briefly what bodhicitta entails, and I'd like to do so again tonight. Basically, bodhicitta is made up of two commitments or two resolves.
首先，第一个决心就是我们为什么学佛，为什么修心这个目标是很重要。首先要确定我们的学佛的目标。那么我们学佛的目标是什么呢？首先我们下决心，我要让天下所有的众生成佛，或者是我要让天下所有的众生离苦得乐我一定要去做这件事不管要花多长时间，要下多大的功夫我都要去做，我一定要去做首先需要一个这样子的决心。
In terms of why it is that we are studying the Dharma, why we are studying the Dharma and why we are practicing the Dharma, it's necessary that we are certain of what our purpose in doing so is. And so the first commitment or the first resolve of bodhicitta is to resolve to attain, to work for the sake of other beings and to bring them to the state of Buddhahood, or to assist them in being free from suffering and achieving happiness. So regardless of how long this takes us or how much energy it requires, this is a goal that we commit ourselves to.
第二个决心如果我要去做让天下所有众生成佛这样子的实心那我应该首先做什么呢？我首先就是要自己成佛。如果我成佛，那么我的这个理想梦想就是可以逐步的可以实现否则的话是没有办法实现这个梦想。所以我要成佛，我一定要成佛。为了成佛，我今天听课，然后就好好修心这样子的决心叫做菩提心。
And the second resolve or the second commitment is if we are going to achieve our previous purpose of bringing all beings to the state of Buddhahood, then first we recognize that it's necessary for ourselves to attain Buddhahood. If we are able to do this, then our ideal or our dream of bringing all other beings to the state of Buddhahood can be gradually realized. If we don't attain Buddhahood, however, it's not possible for us to realize this ideal. So the second resolve or the second commitment is the vow to attain Buddhahood first. So these two put together make up bodhicitta.
这个目标就是我们的这个人生的目标，不仅仅是这一世生生世世的目标，就是这个那么我们以后我们的这个生存的目标当然也可以有其他的但是呢有一个主要的目标就是这个我要让天下所有的众生离苦得乐，就是为了达到这个目标我要奋斗那这样子的心就是菩提心，这个非常重要。
So this purpose is our life purpose, and not just for this current life, but for all lives to come. So in the future, of course, it's possible that we might have other goals in life. However, this one should be our main one. So with the resolve to bring all beings to a state free of suffering and to bring them to a state of happiness, to aspire to work towards this goal is the bodhicitta aspiration.
好，接下来我们讲今天的这个主题的内容。那么我们今天的这个课的题目就是死亡到底发生了什么？
So we are now going to move on to our topic for tonight's teaching, and that is what in fact happens at the time of death.
死亡这两个字我们很多人不愿意听，甚至很多人觉得这两个字就是不吉利，很多时候都不想探讨不想去讨论，也不敢去想那么有些人呢他不是觉得不吉利，主要是害怕不敢面对死亡，所以就是回避这两个字。
So death, this word, is one that many people are not very willing to hear. They regard the word death as very inauspicious. It's something they don't want to discuss and not something that they dare to think about. Then there are others who don't necessarily regard death as inauspicious, but they have great fear towards it, and for this reason avoid the topic of death.
生老病死 这4个字啊，就是我们的生命的自然的规律。所以我们认为是不吉利啊，不吉利也好，或者是不敢面对也好啊，我们没有办法逃避啊，只能面对，这是时间的早晚而已。
So birth, degeneration, illness, and death, these are the natural law underpinning our lives. So regardless of whether one thinks them to be inauspicious or not willing to confront this natural law, in actual fact, it's not something that can be avoided. It's something that we have to inevitably confront sooner or later.
我们很多人认为佛教就是逃避现实，但是实际上啊，佛教不是教我们怎么样逃避现实，而是教我们怎么样面对现实。因为像生老病死这样子的事情啊，我们天下所有的人，天下所有的生命都要面对，任何人都没办法逃避。这一点啊，佛教是非常非常清楚的，所以他没有教我们怎么样去逃避，因为这是没有用的，没办法逃避的。所以佛教教我们怎么样去面对。如果我们有一个比较好的面对的方法的话，那就是生老病死啊，这些都可以把它们都可以转化为另外一种力量。在这个当中，比如说生老病死的过程当中，可以提升自己的生命的级别。所以我们不需要害怕，不要以为这是不吉利的。
Some people believe that Buddhism is attempts to escape or avoid reality, but this is not the case. In actual fact, what Buddhism teaches is how to confront reality. Birth, degeneration, illness, death, these are all stages that all beings have to confront. They can't be escaped. This is something that Buddhism is extremely clear about. So it doesn't teach us how to escape these things because there would be no point in doing so. So therefore what Buddhism teaches us is how to go about confronting them. And if we have a good method for confronting these things, then it's possible for them to transform them into a different kind of power and use them to elevate our level of existence. So for this reason, there's no reason to fear them or regard them as inauspicious.
因为生老病死都是生命的自然规律，所以我们没有一种方法我们不衰老，也没有一种方法我们不死亡。但是呢，有一种方法，在死亡的过程当中，我们可以提升我们的慈悲心和我们的这个智慧所以有这个面对的方法和没有面对的方法，实际上就有很大的区别，不一样的。面对的方法是不一样的。
So the sufferings of cyclic existence, birth, aging, illness, death, this natural law, there's no way for us to avoid it. However, and there's no way for us to avoid aging, there's no way for us to avoid dying. However, there is a way for us to use the opportunity of death to assist us in increasing our compassion and our wisdom.
人类自古以来对死亡没有一个正确的认识就是有各种各样的这个解释。 然后把死亡就是说的非常的神秘，越说越害怕，所以这个我们很多人最后就觉得就干脆就不提了，不想去谈但是该来的到时候会来的，我们不谈也没有用不去想也没有用，所以我们还不如去了解一下，做一些准备这个就是比较理想的选择。
Since ancient times, humans have not had a proper or accurate understanding of death. There have been many various explanations given as to what death involves. In many cases, it has been described in very mysterious terms and has caused people to be frightened about it. So for this reason, many people have come to believe that it's something that's best not mentioned, best not talked about. However, when it comes time, then not thinking about it or not saying anything about it is really a useless approach. So in fact, giving some thought to death and making some preparation for death is the best approach that we can take.
有各种各样的宗教和各种各样的哲学对死亡有很多不同的观点，有很多不同的解释。然后呢，西方的生命科学里面呢，也一个叫做死亡学，到今天只有104-105年这样子的时间。但是不管是这个宗教，不管是哲学，还有科学到目前为止对死亡没有一个很满意的解释虽然一方面解释了，但是呢也有很多解释不同的，或者是解释的不全面的，那这样子的地方也是很多那么我们每一个人来说这个比如说我们生活当中经常有很多很多的担忧我们对未来有很多的担忧但是这些担忧其实都是不一定发生的我们的这个担忧当中只有30%左右有可能我们需要面临其他的70%左右是不会实际上是不会发生的但是死亡就不一样，它是一定会发生的所以呢我们需要了解一下需要了解首先我们看一下死亡它到底是什么
Different religious traditions and different philosophical traditions have different ideas about death, and they provide different explanations about death as well. In the Western tradition, there is a discipline of life sciences called death studies, and it has a history of over 100 years. However, regardless of whether it is different religious traditions or scientific branches, a fully satisfactory explanation of death has not been offered. Although there are many explanations and theories about death, in all cases there are many points or aspects that are not completely or satisfactorily addressed. In our lives we have many anxieties about the future, many things that we worry will happen in the future. But not all of these will necessarily happen. In fact, only around 30% of the things that we worry about are things that we will confront. The remaining 70% of our anxieties are things that won't happen to us. However, death is very different. It is something that will certainly happen to everyone. And so for this reason, it's necessary that we have an understanding of what it involves. So this is what we need to understand. What is death? What happens when we die?
比如说美国的维吉尼亚大学的 教授史蒂文森和他的团队，就是花了半个世纪的时间，全世界的范围当中，就是就调查了很多很多的这个前世今生的关于前世今生的一些案例，然后目前他们的手里就有2500多个这个小孩刚刚会说话的时候说出他的前世的这样子的这个个案那么这样子的事情他们是以科学的态度去调查去研究但是这个结果呢，我们很多的科学很多的哲学是没有办法解释但是这是事实这是存在的。
In the United States, the research team that was founded by Professor Ian Stevenson has spent half a century researching the phenomenon of past lives, and they have collected 2,500 cases in which young children describe, when they are very young, their recollections of past lives. This research was conducted in a scientific manner, but still it's not something that can be explained by philosophy. Nevertheless, it is a fact this phenomenon does exist.
那么他们的这个研究就是发现人的这个前世今生的问题，我去年和今年2次拜访了这个他的团队，然后也有交流然后呢他们说他们越来越相信他们自己的研究的这个结果，然后他们说最后的结论是我们相信除了这个物质世界以外还有一个精神世界的存在他们说我们至少就相信这一点那他们都是科学家，以科学的方法去研究。那么人死了以后呢，还有一个这样子的事情，那这个怎么样去解释？科学怎么样去解释？哲学怎么样去解释这个问题？然后很多的宗教怎么样去解释这个问题这个就是一个我们对每一个人来说，因为生死这两个是我们的生命当中是一个非常关键的、非常非常重要的，每个人都非常关注的问题所以我们比如说我们的生活当中、工作上，如果有一些事情我们不了解的话，那就是会因为我们的工作的一些事情不了解，所以就是会出现一些失误工作上的失误。同样我们的生活当中，如果我们有些东西不了解，那也会出问题同样的我们不了解我们的生命生命的真相这样子的话我们一定会吃亏。所以呢我们应该正确的认识这个死亡不要把它神秘化，也不要把它说的那么的恐怖我们正视死亡对死亡有一个正确的认识，是我觉得我们每一个人来说是非常重要的。
I visited their research team twice and engaged in conversation with the researchers, and they have gained increasing conviction over the course of their research in the truth of the phenomenon that they are researching. That is, they have conviction that besides the material realm, there is also another realm of consciousness. So all of these researcher scientists, and yet this question of after death, how to explain what happens, scientists have explanations, philosophers, religious traditions. Indeed, how we should go about explaining this is a very a critical question for everyone, because birth and death are critical stages for every single person. If there, in terms of our work lives, there is some particular matter or issue that we don't understand properly, then we can easily make mistakes, and the same in other areas of our lives too. All the more in terms of our understanding the truth of our existence. If this is something that we don't understand, then this will certainly be to our disadvantage. So therefore, it's very important that we develop an accurate understanding of death, that we don't mystify it or make it out to be something very frightening. I think that having an accurate understanding of what takes place when we die is very important for everyone.
从佛教的角度讲用一句话来讲这个死亡，用一句话来这个描述死亡的话，那就这个死亡下个定义的话，应该叫做死亡就是一个周期性的生命的活动这个就是用一句话来讲这个死亡首先是周期性，它有周期性然后第二，它就是一个生命的活动，它并不是一个生命的结束。
From a Buddhist perspective, if we were to use just one line to explain what death is, or one line to define what death is, we could say that death is a cyclic activity in life, or death is a cyclic movement in life. So first of all, we have the idea that death is part of a cycle. And secondly, in describing it as an activity or a movement, we are conveying the idea that it's a movement in life, it's not finish or the end as such.
这个宇宙当中的万事万物都有一个它自己的这个规律，有一个很多都有周期，比如说我们看到的这些天体，比如说地球还有就是月球还有就是比如说水星、木星、土星等等，这些天体在它自己的轨道上运行的时候呢，都有一个周期，都有一个数据，这些数据都有周期性的。
So all phenomena in the universe operates according to their own natural laws, and many phenomena follow cycles. So an example would be various constellations, or the Earth, the Moon, other planets, for example. Their orbits all have a cyclic nature.
这个宇宙是看得见的物质和看不见的物质构成的，看得见的物质全部加起来也就只有 5%， 其他的 95% 都是看不见的但是呢，它们虽然我们的眼睛看不见，但是它们都是一个宇宙的一部分。
In the universe is comprised of both visible and invisible matter. The matter which is visible comprises only 5% of total matter, whereas that which is invisible comprises 95%. This invisible matter, even though we are not able to see it, still exists. 所以我们这个万事万物有这个规律，
自然的规律，然后也有周期。同样的，我们的人的生命也有周期，所以我们的这个死亡就是一个周期性的生命的活动。
So all phenomena operate according to their own natural laws, and many and follow their own cycles of life, their own life cycles. And it's the same with our own human lifespans. Within our cyclic human lifespans, death is just a cyclic event.
然后我们的人也就是像这个宇宙一样，我们看得见的就是我们的肉体，看不见的是我们的生命和我们的意识，是看见看不见的两个东西构成的。看不见的意识和人的生命也是我们人的一部分。
So, and it's the same with humans as well, that which we are able to see, that which is visible is our body. This is the visible part that comprises us. And the invisible part that comprises us is our own life force and consciousness. These, despite being invisible, are still very much a component that makes us up.
那我们比如说一个人死亡的时候，这个发生的变化，就是我们看到的这一部分的这个变化，是我们看到的一部分那么它不是这个我们看到的这个变化，它不是它的全部。死亡的时候呢，它发生了什么变化，我们只看到一部分，它并不是除了我们看到的以外没有发生其他的，还有其他的，但是呢我们没有看到而已。
So when a person dies, the changes that we are able to observe take place are only one part, are only partial. They are not complete. We're only able to see part of what happens when a person dies. So it's not that nothing else happens other than that which we are able to observe. Indeed, other changes do take place. It's just that we are not able to see them.
物理学讲物质不灭那么物质不灭的这个道理跟生命不灭是一样的。比如说物质不灭的意思就是说这个物质跟物质产生了这个化学的反应的时候，有几个东西是一定会变的，然后有几个东西是一定不会变的。
So the law of indestructibility of matter in physics, in fact, follows the same principle as the indestructibility of life. So in terms of the indestructibility of matter, when matter undergoes a chemical reaction, a transformation, it's held that there are aspects of matter or components of matter that necessarily change and components which necessarily remain as they are.
一定会变的。首先，物质的形式它一定会变的现在是一个形式，然后这个化学反应以后变成了另外一个形式，然后物质结构当中的分子它会变的尤其是这个物质的形式是一定会变的然后一定不变的就是原子，它一定不会变的，原子的种类不会变，原子的数量不会变，原子的质量不会变，但是我们的肉眼看不见，我们看到的就是它的变化的一面。
So those aspects of matter that will change are the form of the matter in question. In the form of one kind of matter after undergoing a chemical reaction transformation will then take on a different form. The molecules will change. However, that which won't change are the atoms, the type of atoms, the amount of atoms, and the quality of the atoms. But these changes, the changes that do take place are not ones that we are able to observe with our naked eye. That which we are able to see is only one part of what happens.
我们的肉眼看到了这个物质的形式上的变化，然后一个物质的之前的这个形式有所变化的时候呢，然后我们认为这个物质结束了这个物质就结束了，所以我们的肉眼看不出这个能量的守恒我们的肉眼看不出来这个物质不灭。但是呢，有一个东西呢，我们的眼睛看不到的地方，有一个不灭的，实实在在不灭的，那就是我们刚才讲的原子，它是不灭，但是我们的肉眼没有看到所以我们就是产生了一个错觉、错误的认识。我们觉得，当一个东西、一个物质它形式上产生了变化了以后呢，我们认为这个物质就结束了因为它没有结束的这个还可以没有什么变化可以继续的这些东西呢，我们没有看到所以因为我们没有看到，所以我们认为这个物质结束了，我们会这样子下定义同样的发生这个死亡的时候，人的身体有变化身体归尘土然后这个人的身体结束了以后呢，我们认为这个生命结束了结束了，没有其他的但是我们还没有想到这个身体，我们看到的这个身体的变化以外，还有一个东西呢没有变化的，还有一个东西是可以继续的那么这个因为我们没有看到，所以我们觉得不可能我们觉得一切结束了，生命也结束了就这么简单人类历史上这种错误就犯了无数个错误很多的错误呢，就是因为科技发达了以后呢很多的错误纠正了很多错误纠正，但是有一些问题呢，科学现在的科技没有办法解释未来有可能有合理的解释，但是到目前还没有。所以呢，我们的很早以前的这些对生命的这个错误的这个理解，对世界的错误的理解很多到现在这么几万年、几百万年过去了，但是到现在也没有得到解决主要的原因就是因为我们没有看到就是这么简单。所以我们要深入的去思考一下物质我们以前也这么认为我们认为这个物质的变化让我们感觉到这个物质结束了，但是实际上没有结束还有一个东西是在继续那么生命也会不会有这样子的事情，我们应该去思考。
So our naked eye is only able to see the change in form that takes place when there is a transformation in matter. So we think that because the form of one particular kind of matter has finished, that indeed the object or the matter in question is finished. In fact, our eyes are not able to observe the indestructibility of matter. Even though the atoms that comprise the object in question don't change, these are not things that we are able to see. So therefore we give rise to the mistaken perception that when the form of matter changes, that it finishes, it comes to an end. And this comes about again because those elements that don't change we are unable to see. So on this basis we define matter that has changed its form as having come to an end. And at the time of death, our body undergoes a transformation. Our body turns to dust. However, we often haven't given thought to the fact that aside from our bodies, that there are other things that, or there is something more that doesn't change, that continues to exist, something that we are not able to see. And over the course of human history, we've made many countless mistakes just like this, believing things not to exist simply because we are not able to see them with our own eyes. Many such mistakes with scientific advances have been able to be corrected, and yet there are still many other issues or questions that science is not able to explain, or at least isn't at the present moment. Perhaps it might be able to in the future. So everyone really should give very serious thought to this matter. If it's the case that we previously thought that matter comes to an end simply because the form changes, whereas in actual fact we understand now that the atoms that comprise the matter in question don't change, they continue, then is it the case that it might be the very same with our own lives and existences? This is a question that everybody should consider.
首先我们了解一下我们刚才讲的这个周期性这个周期性我们的生命当中3个时候会发生的3个时候都会发生的。那么这3个这个发生的这个周期性的生命的活动，基本上它们的原理它们的道理基本上都是一样的但是有一个是离我们很远，所以我们现在记不住另外一个呢离我们很近，我们每一天都在经历但是我们不了解，所以我们也就忽略了然后我们大家就比较关心的就是其中三个这个周期性的生命的活动当中，只有一个就是死亡那么我们要给大家介绍一下这个我们的生命当中发生的3个不同的周期性的生命的活动。
So I'd now like to talk a bit about death as a cyclic event that takes place in the life cycle. Indeed, this same death, in fact, the process of death follows the same principle as 3 other cyclic movements or events that take place in our lives. One of these is so remote to us that we are not able to recall it. Another is one that we experience every day, but because we don't understand it, therefore we neglect it. And the movement or the cyclic event that we are most interested in is death. So I'd just now like to talk about these 3 cyclic events that take place that follow the same principle of death.
首先第一个生命的周期是 当我们一个这个生命还没有诞生的时候啊，比如说我们现在几百人都是一个生命的个体啊，那么我们每一个人的生命啊，往后啊，就是腿这样子的话，那这个生命每一个人的生命就会有一个生命的源头啊，会有一个生命的源头。那么这个源头啊，很多人非常感兴趣，经常都问啊。那么我们的这个生命的源头呢，就是我们的这个光明如来藏佛心。我们产生的时候有一个生命诞生的时候呢，从这个如来藏佛心当中产生的。然后呢，佛心当中产生了我们的第一个念头这个之前呢，就只有佛心，然后没有任何的念头，没有任何的意识。然后呢，这个比如说我们的生命呢、众生，还有就是这个意识等等这些概念都不存在的。那么这个佛心当中就产生了第一个瞬间的这个意识。然后这个意识瞬间了以后呢，他会看到很多的光有红色的，有白色的，有各种各样的光。但是这个时候所谓的看，不是眼睛看，这个时候还没有感官那么就是因为产生了这个意识的时候呢，已经产生了一个感觉。那么这个感觉他就感觉得到一个光的存在然后这个光，然后呢，他把有些光当作是自己有些光就当作是他的对境，他的对象对象就是外面的，比如世界这样子以后呢，就产生了第一个我执你我他这样子的分别性佛教里面叫做分别性诞生了诞生了以后呢，这个发展了以后，然后就构成了一个人的完整的生命从此以后呢，有了一个我们每一个像我们现在这样子的生命诞生了。然后这个生命就轮回了这个几百万年、几千万年，或者是几百亿年这个说不清楚的，是一个非常非常漫长的时间然后有一天他遇到了佛法，然后修行最后就回归到最原始的这个状态，如来藏这个就是一个很大的一个周期这个周期呢，就是有几千万年或者是甚至是更长几百亿年都说不清楚这一个非常非常漫长的一个过程但是也是一个周期，它是从零开始，然后就走了很远很远的路，在轮回当中轮回了很长，然后最后呢，他又来到了最原始的状态，最后又归零从零开始走了很久很久，最后又归零，从零到零就是一个生命的一个最大的一个周期。
So, in terms of the first life cycle, this is one that takes place before a life arises, comes into existence. So, of the hundreds of us sitting here, all of us are individual lives. However, if we project far, far backwards into the past, then all of us came from the same origin. And this is something many people are very interested in, where it was that we originated from. And Buddhism holds that our origin, where we came from, is luminosity and Buddha nature. And this is where life originally arose from. And in fact, our life first arose as the first thought arising from this state of Buddha nature. Before this first consciousness arose, Buddha nature only existed as it was. So when this first instant of consciousness happens, it perceives different lights of white and red kinds. It doesn't do so with eyes because there are no sense faculties at this point. However, this consciousness is able to have a sensation or an awareness of light. And upon having this awareness, it grasps onto some light as belonging to itself and regards other light as belonging to the external world. And from this point onwards, self-clinging and self and other, the dualistic concept, takes place. And from this arises a life form which is then reborn constantly in cyclic existence for a very long time. However many years, it's not possible to say. It could be millions or billions. And then finally, when this life encounters Buddhism and is then able to return to the state of Buddha nature, this constitutes a very vast life cycle. Even though it is very long, it is still a cycle. It's one where the life in question begins at 0 or point 0 and then traverses a very long path of rebirths in cyclic existence, and then finally returns to the primordial state once again and returns to 0. So this great cycle or movement from 0 back to 0 is the greatest or longest life cycle possible.
那么这个周期刚刚开始的时候呢，我们的这个意识都从这个佛心当中诞生。佛教就讲8个这个不同层次的这个意识或者是精神。首先是我们的眼耳鼻舌身的这个感觉，比如说视觉听觉嗅觉触觉等等，就这个5个感觉然后第6就是我们的意识意识就是我们去判断分析有这个思维思考作用思考能力的这个叫做意识。然后第7就是我们的我执我们有一个我们的这个整个的这个精神当中有一个这个出现的频率最高的一个念头就是我执。比如说我们想去我要去工作，我要去赚钱，我要去吃饭，我要去休息等等。这里面呢就出现的频率最高的是我这个念头这是第7。然后第8就是这个我们前面的眼耳鼻舌身的这种感觉，还有就是第6意识，还有我们的我执全部消失了以后全部消失了以后呢，还有一个最这个最深的地方就有一个我们最基本的这个意识。那么这个最基本的意识呢，我们平时我们的生活当中是接触不到的，比如说深度的睡眠，还有就是禅定死亡的早期，这个时候我们可以接触到这个层面涉及到这个层面，这个时候我们可以进入到这个层面。平时我们的生活当中一般不会进入到这个层面这是第8那么这个8个精神是从这个佛心当中诞生，然后最终的时候呢，这个8个这个精神就是在这个佛心当中 消失啊，它的诞生就是一个生命的诞生，它的消失就是最后一个我们的一个很大的这个人生这个生命的旅途结束，然后最后就是回归到原始状态，这个叫做成佛。那么这个中间就是一个周期。
对，ngaya buko masong di ni chengfo di 其实
的上一把的周期就是一个周期，一个很长的周期。
你다른 얘기야 buko masong.
나처럼 고지도 소지를 줬다. 되니 잠깐 내용 시시죠.
So when this life cycle begins, consciousness arises from Buddha nature. And in Buddhism, we talk about 8 levels of consciousness. We have the 5 sense faculties, the sense of sight, hearing, scent, touch, taste, etc. The 6th level of consciousness is our mind consciousness, our mind that is our capacity to be able to evaluate, analyze, etc., that which thinks discursively. The 7th level of consciousness is our ego clinging consciousness. So the discursive thought that occurs with the greatest frequency is that of I or me. I am going to work, I am studying, I am eating, etc. And then, so this is the 7th level of consciousness. The 8th level of consciousness is one that after all of these other levels disappear, this innermost, this is the most innermost, most basic or foundational level of consciousness. It's not one that we usually have contact with or experience of in our everyday lives, except for in moments of deepest sleep or at the beginning of the death process. So it's not something that we really encounter in everyday life. So these 8 levels of consciousness arise from Buddha nature, and in the end they disappear back into Buddha nature. So with their arising is the arising of a life, and with their disappearance, their ceasing back into Buddha nature, is the attainment of Buddhahood.
好，第二个周期第二个生命的周期就是大概就是80年到100年这样子的时候，对我们人类来说，就是现在的人类来说，就出现一次这个就是从上一世的死亡到这一世的死亡。
So the second kind of life cycle is that which encompasses 80 or 100 years for a contemporary human being. So this is a life cycle that spans from the time of our last death to this current death.
第三个生命的周期性的活动，就是我们对我们人类来说基本上每24小时就会出现一次，那就是深度的睡眠和这个梦，然后从梦里醒过来，这个就是这个我们就比如说今天的这个深度的睡眠到明天再一次的这个深度睡眠，这个之间的时间是第三个生命的周期。
So the third kind of cyclic event in our life cycle is that which takes place in sleep. So from moving from being awake into a state of deep sleep, then through the dream state, and then back to a state of waking. So the period from tonight's state of deep sleep to tomorrow night's time of deep sleep is the third kind of cyclic event that takes place in our life cycle.
这三个不同的生命的周期当中发生的我们的内在的精神上的变化这个基本上都是一样，只不过它的深度有一点不一样。因为它的深度不一样，所以呢它的这个内在的这个变化对我们的肉体的影响不一样。因为它的深度不一样，所以对我们的肉体的影响有一点不一样。但是呢，他们这个内心的变化的原理基本上都是一样的。
So these are three different cyclic life events. Essentially exhibit the same principle in terms of the psychological or changes that take place in our mind. It's just that the depth to which these changes take place differs somewhat between the different events. So on account of the different depth with which the changes take place, their physical effects, the way that the different life events manifest physically is different. However, the process of change that the mind is undergoing in each of these cyclic life events follows a similar principle.
因为这三个的这个原理基本上都是一样，所以藏传佛教的密宗里面有一个训练的方法叫做梦瑜伽，然后通过这个梦瑜伽可以给这个作为死亡模拟死亡通过这个梦瑜伽就是模拟死亡然后模拟死亡模拟的过程当中学到了到时候真正去死亡的时候怎么去面对就学到了这个道理为什么死亡为什么睡眠的过程当中就学到了这个怎么面对死亡然后睡眠为什么可以模拟这个死亡呢因为这里面就有一个非常详实的道理也就是他们的原理基本上就一样但是深度不一样死亡的时候呢它的深度很深睡眠的时候比如说最深的睡眠是没有梦的时候不做梦的这种睡眠叫做深度睡眠这个深度的睡眠呢它的深度实际上还达不到这个死亡的这个深度但是呢原理都是一样
So because there is a similar process that takes place between these different cyclic events or these different life events, there is a practice method, a method of training in the Vajrayana tradition called dream yoga, which enables practitioners to engage in a rehearsal or a simulation of the death process. And in this simulation, it is possible to learn how to go about confronting the process of real dying. So how is it that during sleep it's possible for us to learn how to approach the dying process? The reason is that the underlying principle or the underlying process, it's the same. It's just that the depth to which the depth at which that it takes place is different. So in our deepest sleep, that is a state of sleep with no dreams, this state is not as deep as the state of death. However, the process and the underlying process that takes place is the same.
我们没有这个梦瑜伽的训练的时候呢，我们根本就不知道我们怎么样进入了深度的睡眠，然后我们根本不知道从深度的睡眠怎么样进入梦境，然后我们也不知道从梦里面呢我们是怎么回来的，而这些都是一无所知，我们都不了解。我们只知道我们还没有睡觉之前是什么样子，然后只记得之前，只知道之后是什么样中间发生了什么我们这个过程根本就不清楚。但是有一个训练的方法叫做梦瑜伽，通过这个梦瑜伽，然后把我们这个过程全部都是看得非常的清楚比如说一颗子弹穿过一颗苹果的时候我们的眼睛肉眼是看不清楚的，但是用高速的摄像机拍下来一个子弹这个穿过这个一个苹果的全部过程拍下来，然后正常的速度给我们播放出来，然后我们的肉眼可以看到这个子弹是怎么穿过这个苹果的。同样的我们通过这个梦瑜伽的训练，然后呢这个训练好了以后呢，他就会知道我们进入深度睡眠的时候，这个过程当中发生了什么，有什么感受然后从这个当中回来的时候然后有什么感受，发生了什么我们的这个眼耳鼻舌身这些感觉消失的时候会有什么样的反应会有什么样的感受然后又从消失以后再诞生的时候比如说我们的意识消失的时候，然后我们的第六意识诞生的时候这个过程绝对是有一个过程，但是我们不知道的训练了以后呢，这个整个的过程是清清楚楚的。
If we have no training in dream yoga, then we don't understand what takes place, what it is when we move into deep sleep, how it is that we move from this stage into the dream state, and then how it is that we move from the dream state back into a state of being awake. We have really no idea or understanding of this process. We only know what it was like before we were asleep, and then obviously what it's like afterwards when we wake up. That which takes place in between is something we are very unclear about. However, it's possible by means of dream yoga practice to be able to train oneself to be able to observe the entire process very clearly. So it's just like a bullet passing through an apple. This is the trajectory of the bullet passing through the apple is not something that our naked eye can see. However, if we were to capture it with a high resolution camera and then to play it back to us ourselves at a normal speed, then we would be able to see what takes place when the bullet travels through the apple. And it's the same with dream yoga. If we are able to train ourselves in this practice, then we are then able to observe what happens when we go into deep sleep and what happens when we return back from this state of deep sleep. What happens when our sense faculties, our consciousnesses, our sense faculties dissolve? What's this experience like? What happens when they reappear again? And what happens when our mind consciousness, our sixth level of consciousness, also re-arises? There is clearly a sequence, a process that takes place. It's just not one that we understand or know about. However, if we train train ourselves, it's possible for us to have a very clear understanding of the process that takes place.
然后大家要注意一下，我们进入深度的睡眠和从这个梦中回来这个过程跟死亡是完全是一样比如说我们一个人从现实生活当中首先是进入了一个非常深的睡眠，就是没有任何的感觉，不做梦这个叫深度睡眠。然后呢，在这个是第一个阶段，然后第二个阶段就是从深度睡眠当中出来了以后呢，就开始做梦那我们这个梦里面呢，我们到了另外一个世界，我们也感觉到我们自己有一个身体然后梦里也有很多其他的生命的个体的存在，认识的不认识的都有这是第二个阶段。然后第三个阶段呢，从这个梦里面就回到现在的现实生活当中然后这个跟死亡是非常相似的地方是什么？死亡发生什么？首先一个人死了以后呢，他会进入一个就像一个深度，就是一个深度的昏迷的状态昏迷的状态。绝大多数的人一般的情况下都是这样。首先第一个他就会进入昏迷的状态，没有感觉，失去了所有的知觉那么有些人在这个昏迷的状态当中会停留1-2个小时然后有些人就会停留1天2天不一样的。然后这个过了以后呢，人从这个深度的昏迷当中就出来了出来的时候呢，然后这个叫做中阴身佛教里面叫做中阴，这就跟做梦一样他也感觉到自己有一个身体然后呢他也可以可以看到这个身边的所有都可以看得到他的生前的这些事情还有就是周围的环境看得也很清楚然后这是第二个阶段，就跟我们梦是完全一样。然后第三个阶段呢，从这个中阴身，然后由投身到下意识，这就是我们从梦里面又回到现实生活一样这三个阶段是完全是一样为什么他们三个阶段都是一样呢？因为死亡的时候发生的事情，发生的变化和我们睡眠的时候的发生的事情除了它的深度不一样以外，其他的原理都是一样，所以这三个阶段都是一样因为这三个阶段都是一样，所以梦瑜伽可以模拟死亡。
So when we go into a state of deep sleep and then return from this is the same as dying. First of all, we move into when we go to sleep, we enter into a period of deep sleep. This is the first stage. This is a state where there are no dreams. Then after this, we emerge from this state and move into the dream state. This is often a state where we travel to different places. We experience having a body. We see other people, other beings, some of them familiar and unfamiliar. And then we move from this state, we emerge from this state and return to our real lives. And this process that takes place is very similar to what takes place in the dying process, in the death process. First, there is a state of deep confusion. This is one where we lose all our sense faculties. It lasts for 1 to 2 hours, for some people for a couple of days. And after we emerge from this state, we then move into the intermediate or Bardo state. And in this state, we again have the sense of having a body. We have the ability to see things around us, places, objects, etc. These can be seen very clearly, just as the same as when we are in the dream state. And then thirdly and finally is the stage of rebirth. And this is like returning from the dream state back into real life. So these three phases that take place, or three stages that take place in the death process, are the same as that take place in the sleeping process, and we regard them as the same because essentially the process or the underlying changes that take place are the same, despite the fact that the depth at which they take place is different. So for this reason, dream yoga is held to be able to simulate the death process.
生命就是这样子周期性的循环然后我们的肉体也是我们的肉体的每一个部分都有周期性的新陈代谢，它也要循环。然后就是比如说一朵花，就是一个花的种子它就逐渐的变成了一朵花，然后一朵花里面的一部分呢又变成了一朵花的种子，然后这个种子又变成了一朵花，然后这朵花里面的一部分又变成了种子，然后这个种子又变成了一个花，这样子花跟花的种子也在这样子的循环所以我们这样子仔细看，这个宇宙里面的万事万物都在更新更新它有自己的规律它有自己的周期性但是我们看到的一部分，所以我们就瞎说就是什么东西结束了没有结束，它在循环。
So in terms of cyclic movements in the life process, these take place for example, in our physical bodies. Our physical bodies also have processes, cyclic processes of metabolism. There are also cycles that our physical bodies follow. It's the same for, say, a flower. A flower starts with a seed, which then gradually blooms into a flower, and then part of the flower then yields seed. This seed then becomes a flower, which then becomes a seed, and so forth. So it's really following a cycle, and it's the same in the universe. All myriad phenomena in a process of constant rebirth, and this follows a cyclic principle. It's only that because we are often only able to see one part or one aspect of what is taking place, that we believe that certain life forms have come to an end, that they are finished. In actual fact, there's been no finish or end whatsoever. The phenomena in question are just in a cyclic state of rebirth.
好，接下来我们介绍一下这个三个周期生命的这个周期性的活动当中的第二个死亡。
So I'd now like to talk about the second cyclic life movement that is which takes place in the dying process.
死亡的时候，首先发生了什么呢？就像进入深度的睡眠的时候一样，我们的眼、耳、鼻、舌、身，就是我们的这个视觉、听觉触觉，全部一个一个逐渐的停止工作。
So death, what happens at death? What happens to begin with is just like when we enter into deep sleep. our sense faculties, one by one, gradually cease to function.
比如说我们的视觉开始停止的时候，还没有完全停止的时候，比如说人到跟前有些人临终的时候，比如说他的儿女或者是父母或者他最熟悉的朋友到了跟前，那么不认识然后他看到的东西都是变得比较模糊视觉这个时候视觉开始停止然后呢这个听觉声音旁边的人站在旁边的人说话的时候呢，就是没有任何其他的原因那么就是这个声音就是好像是一个很远很远的声音一样，听得非常非常的小变得这样子的时候呢，这个我们的耳识就开始停止工作等等，有很多这样子的这个前兆这个时候呢，我们的意识这个我们的这个精神这些觉受感觉开始消失。
Our sense of our sight faculty, our sense of sight, when it is not yet completely dissolved, when it's approaching its dissolution, if our most intimate family members and friends to come beside us or in front of us, then they will appear to be blurry. It won't be possible to see them clearly. So this is our sight faculty ceasing to be able to function. And it's the same for our sense of sound too, our sound consciousness. When this is beginning to dissolve, then people standing beside us who are speaking, the sound of their voices will appear very remote, very far away. So this is what happens when our sound consciousness ceases to function, and so on. There are many such signs that take place as our sense consciousnesses begin to dissolve.
这个事情如果发生在我们自己的身上的话，那这个时候我应该做什么？我可以做什么？如果这个事情发生在我们的身边的其他人的身上，那我们可以帮他做什么这些事情我们明天要讲。
So when these signs take place, what can we do if this is happening to ourselves, and if it's happening to someone else, what can we do to help them in this state? Tomorrow, these are topics that we are going to talk about in tomorrow night's teaching.
然后这个眼耳鼻舌身全部停止了这个工作了以后呢，最后我们的意识这个判断思考的这个思维的意识它最后也会停止然后呢最后就唯一一个没有停止的是我们的第8个意识，最后一个意识，这是我们所有的我们的精神世界的基础我们的精神世界的基础它不会间断的，这个时候还存在，那除了它以外全部会逐步的消失。
So our 5 sense consciousnesses, when they finally cease to function, our 6th consciousness, that is our mind consciousness, will also then cease to function. Finally, the only level of consciousness that will not cease to function is our 8th level of consciousness, which is the foundation of the rest of our consciousness. This will be the only one that doesn't cease to function. As for the other levels of consciousness, they will gradually dissolve.
然后我们没有训练的人，就这个过程我们都看不清楚的，瞬间就进入了这个昏迷的状态啊。有训练的，也就是说我们刚才讲的这个梦瑜伽的训练啊，曾经有这个模拟死亡的这个训练的人，那这个时候啊，除了比如说像交通事故等等一些意外这个一般的这些正常的死亡，我们的意识，我们的精神世界不会一起停止，它有一个过程。那么这样子一个一个停止的时候呢，那么他都感觉得到这个过程是对他来讲是非常清楚啊。不但是清楚，而且这个过程它可以掌握掌控啊，还有可以操作啊。最后呢，在这个地方就有一个非常关键的时候，是可以进入一个我们活着的时候，我们的禅定的功夫再高啊，也进入不了的一个状态啊。所以很多真正的修行人啊，死亡就当做一个修行的机会来看啊，死亡就是当做一个机会啊，因为我们现在在现实生活当中，我们的禅定的功夫再好啊，但是我们的眼耳鼻舌身这些都没有停止啊，还有我们的意识，它虽然没有明显的杂念啊，看起来它似乎是非常非常的平稳啊，禅定的状态当中，但是呢，有些细微的这个杂念，它还是我们的意识还在活动啊。那么眼耳鼻舌身的感觉，还有我们意识的这个细微的活动，都会影响到我们的禅定的清晰度啊，看得不会很清楚的啊，相对来说是比较清楚，但是实际上不是很清楚啊。那么死亡呢就不一样啊，比如说我们在地球上因为我们的耳边有空气，所以我们没有任何的声音的地方，相对来说非常非常平静的地方还是有一些东西呢通过空气传到我们的耳里，所以就是没有一个绝对的这个没有声音的地方。但是如果我们到了一个完全没有空气的地方这样子的话，就是没有什么东西把声音传到我们的耳边然后就是一个绝对的一个平静一样同样的，我们死亡的时候呢，因为这些意识、眼耳鼻舌身全部停止了以后呢，然后就是一个绝对的平静平时是找不到这样子的感觉，所以有训练的人可以抓住这个机会，可以操作，然后在这个过程当中他可以修心所以呢，有些人比如说修藏传佛教的大圆满的人，他活着的时候修心，他的身体没有缩小但是呢，死了以后，比如说7天14天这样子的时间当中，如果让他修心非常好的人，让他继续修不去干扰不去动他的尸体，这样子的话，他的尸体就会越来越小他会变得越来越小，有很多这样子的事情那这个原理也是这样，死亡的时候的这个禅定可以达到一个非常高的阶段，所以他的能力很强这样子。
I'm sorry, I lost my notes. So for someone who has no training whatsoever, this process whereby the sense faculties dissolve is takes place in an instant. They're not able to see the process or observe the process. So in an instant, they move straight into the stage of confusion. However, with training in dream yoga, with the experience of simulating the death process, then with the exception of, for a practitioner who has this kind of experience, with the exception of if they die in a traffic accident or have some other kind of abnormal death, then their mind or their consciousnesses won't dissolve in one instant together. They will be able to experience the entire process unfolding very clearly. And in addition to being able to observe the process, they're also able to control the process, and then finally able to enter into a state that is not possible to be entered into in our during our lifetimes, no matter how advanced our meditative ability may be. So because it is possible to enter into this state in the dying process, practitioners regard the death as an excellent opportunity for practice. The reason being that regardless how good and strong our meditation ability is during our lives, and regardless of how clear our meditative experience is, we still have the interference of our sense faculties. And even though we may be able to reach a state of meditation that is very tranquil, very still, there are still our mind, our thought activity still exists at a very subtle level. So even though our meditative experience can be very clear, it is not absolutely clear. However, it is different when we die. Sorry, I think I've lost my notes again. Yes, so but it's when we enter into the death process, it's different. So we could say it's like on Earth, even if we find a very, very quiet place to go to, because air still exists and therefore can transmit pressure waves, atmospheric waves to our ears, it's not possible for us to find a place that is completely, absolutely quiet. However, if we were theoretically to go to a place where there was no air whatsoever, then we would be able to discover absolute quietness. And it's the same with what happens when our sense faculties cease functioning when we die. Then it is possible to enter into a state of absolute clarity. So for practitioners with training, say for example for practitioners of Dzogchen, it is possible to continue one's practice through the death process for a period of 7 to 14 days, and there are many cases in which the body of the practitioner meditating in this way shrinks in size. So the reason or the underlying principle is the same in the dying process, because it's possible to enter into a very clear state of practice. Therefore, it has very strong power.
好，这个时候我们眼耳鼻舌身，还有我们的这个意识停滞了，但是呢，它的最细微的最基础的这个精神，叫做佛教里面叫做阿赖耶识阿赖耶识，那它没有间断，它存在，但是呢，它是一个非常非常平静的状态，它是我们所有这个精神的基础，所以呢，表面上 它是不对外的，不对外它看不到这个它不会通过我们的视网膜去感受光它不会通过我们的这个耳膜的震动去感受声音它是不是向外的，它是向内的向内，但是呢它是所有精神的这个基础，是一个非常细微的一个精神的状态那么这个精神的状态任何时候都不会停止，比如说人深度睡眠的时候也在，然后呢昏迷的时候也在然后这个死亡的时候呢它也在这个没有间断，一直都存在。但是我们对死亡的这个了解是非常片面的非常表面的，我们就看到了我们的眼耳鼻舌身，眼睛看不到然后这个人死了，他没有思维没有思维，他的眼睛看不到这样子以后呢，我们会认为他的生命他的全部结束了但是实际上他的细微的这个精神的层面还在，没有结束。
So our 5 sense faculties, or our 5 sense consciousnesses, plus our 6th consciousness, our mind consciousness, these dissolve, but our most subtle strata of consciousness, the alaya consciousness, hasn't ceased. It continues to exist. It is extremely still, it's extremely tranquil. It's the foundation for all of our other levels of consciousness. And yet it's not a consciousness that is externally oriented or directed to perceiving external phenomena. For example, it doesn't experience sight through relying on our eyes. It doesn't experience sound through relying on our ears. It is internally oriented. It's directed internally. It's the foundation of the rest of our consciousness, and it never ceases to exist. So it remains, it continues when we are in deep sleep. It's there when we faint, and it's there when we die too. It continues to exist. However, because our understanding of death is so superficial and inadequate, we believe that when the senses stop, no longer operate, and when the mind no longer operates, then the entire life is finished. However, the most subtle level of consciousness still exists. It has not finished.
然后这个阶段结束了以后呢，然后他从这个昏迷的状态当中就出来了。那出来的时候呢，就像我们做梦的时候一样，我们做梦的时候首先我们首先是进入深度的睡眠，没有梦的。然后这个梦这个睡眠当中呢开始出来就开始做梦同样的，我们这个第一个死亡的这个昏迷的阶段结束了以后对我们普通人来说，这叫做昏迷的状态，因为我们根本不知道这个当中发生了什么，就是一个昏迷但是有训练的人来说，那这个根本就不是昏迷的状态，整个的过程都是非常清楚的然后还有一个，这个中间有一个非常关键的是，这有一个瞬间把这个最细微的这个阿赖耶识它也就停止，然后呢真正的我们的本来的面目佛性就会显现出来但是没有训练的人来说，就根本就感觉不到，瞬间就过去了有训练的人他把这个时间可以拉长然后就是进入到这个状态当中打坐所以他这个叫做中阴成就就在中阴身的时候，他没有下意识，就在中阴的时候就直接就进入了这个佛心的状态，再也不回来 有这样子的这个修法，这叫做中阴的成就。但是我们普通人来说，我们根本不知道发生了什么，所以这个瞬间就过去了所以对我们普通人来说，这个阶段叫做昏迷的状态。
So, passing from the state of moving out of the state of confusion is like when we leave the state of deep sleep, when we emerge from this state and then move into the dream state. So, when we talk about this stage of confusion, it is only so to ordinary people who are not trained in dream yoga. And it's only called a state of confusion because ordinary people don't understand what's happening. They don't know what's taking place. However, to practitioners who are appropriately trained, what takes place in this stage is extremely clear. And in this stage, there is a very critical moment, an instant when even the alaya consciousness ceases and Buddha nature, our mind's primordial nature, emerges. For ordinary beings, this passes without them noticing. However, for those who are trained in dream yoga practice, then this moment, this instant can be extended and they are able to abide in this state. And this is what we refer to as attaining Buddhahood in the Bardo state. And however, to most ordinary people, this state just passes and therefore it's called a state of confusion.
然后这个第一个阶段结束了以后呢，人从这个当中醒过来，就来到了这个中阴的世界。中阴，那中阴的时候呢，他就感觉到自己有一个身体然后绝大多数的这个身体呢，也就是他们认为是生前的这个身体，但是这个时候呢，很多人没有训练的很多人，他还不知道自己死了这个时候他们绝大多数的人还不知道自己死了他在这个中间发生了什么都不清楚的，所以他有些人呢就发现他的家人朋友就是为他难过伤心这样子哭这样子的时候呢，他会跑过去到他们的跟前去跟他们说话你们不要担心，我好好的，我在这里，我没事的但是这些人听不见然后就不理他那么不理他的时候呢，他就开始有点怀疑，为什么每个人都这样子呢？为什么不理我呢？这时候平时这个中阴身的这个人的头脑是非常非常清醒的比如说我们生前比如说盲人，但是中阴身的时候呢，中阴身的五官都是齐全的，他能够看得到东西，然后他头脑也是非常的聪明然后他开始怀疑了怀疑了以后呢，他会比如说他到沙滩上去踩这个沙滩然后他发现他没有脚印然后呢他在阳光下或者在灯光下看他的身体的这个影子平时通常我们在阳光下我们身体有黑也影然后他发现他的身体没有影子然后他到镜子或者是到水缸里面去看通常我们可以看到我们的脸但是这个时候呢，他在镜子找镜子，然后水缸里面他没有看到他的脸然后他就知道他死了那么到这个时候为止，这个之前就有一个稍微比较长一点的时间在这个过程当中呢，什么都没有发生一切都是跟以前一样的这个他的生活感觉上没有发生任何事情他也没有看到任何的不正常的现象 但是有些人呢会看到自己的身体实体然后就会知道他自己死了，然后就是没有看到自己的实体已经处理了或者没看到的地方的，那么他们还不知道自己死了那这个时候呢，知道死了以后，然后就立即这个世界就会有很大的变化这个变化呢，实际上是他内心投射出来的一个变化，不是世界的变化。一下子他知道死了，然后就产生了很大的恐惧性那么这个时候有很多不正常的声音很多的声音然后看到很多的光，非常非常刺眼的光，然后实际上这个声音和这个光是他内心的投射，不在外面但是呢他认为这个光和声音是外面的东西，然后他就害怕这个声音和光，然后就想逃跑然后一直都逃一直都跑这样子就是这个过程当中就有一个很痛苦的一个阶段那么这个时候在这个阶段我们自己应该做什么，我们可以帮助别人什么这个我们也可以明天介绍。
So when this stage of confusion concludes and we then move into the intermediate or bardo state, and in this state we have the sense of having a body. For most people it's the same body that they had during their lives. And to begin with, most people don't realize that they've died. Some see in their midst family members and friends grieving and crying, and they go over to them and try to comfort them, tell them that that I'm fine, don't worry. But because their family members and friends can't hear them and therefore don't pay attention to them, they start to question and start to doubt their situation. At this point in time, the mind of the deceased person is extremely clear. For example, people who were blind during their lives are able to see in the intermediate state, and their minds are very clever. So a being in the bardo state will say walk to sand and see that they leave no footprints when they walk across it. They will see that their body casts no shadow. They will go to a water tank and attempt to see their reflection, and will discover that they are not able to do so. And in seeing these signs, they will realize that they've died. Sometimes this won't happen for a period of time for people. They will go on for some period of time not realizing that they have died. However, for others, they will see their own corpse, and this will lead them to realize that they have died. In any case, as soon as the being in the bardo state realizes that they have died, then very big changes take place, very fearful, terrifying changes, and these are projections of the mind. Abnormal sounds, very harsh lights. Even though these are just projections of the mind, the being in the intermediate state believes them to be real, and feeling extremely frightened tries to escape them. So this is a stage of very extreme suffering. As to what we should do ourselves in this stage and what we can do to help others who are going through this stage, we will talk about this tomorrow evening.
这段时间佛经里面讲是一般是7夕49天，但是有些人呢还没有到49天之前就投生。有些人呢 2年、3年都在这个中阴身的阶段当中徘徊，还没有找到投身的地方啊。说最终每个人不会永远都在这个阶段当中，他要投身啊。那么投身了以后呢，又变成了一个人或者一个动物或者是一个其他的生命啊。那么这个阶段是第3个阶段，这就是我们从梦里啊又回到这个现实生活一样的。
So this stage is one that the Buddhist scriptures characterize as covering 49 days. There are some people or some beings who achieve rebirth before the 49 days have passed, whereas there are other beings who find themselves remaining in this state for up to 2 to 3 years, not able to find a suitable rebirth in this time. However, this state won't last forever. Eventually, rebirth will take place and the being in question will be reborn as a human, an animal, or as another life form. And so this third stage, this is the third stage, the stage of rebirth, and it is likened to emerging from the dream state back into real or waking life.
在这个整个的过程当中因为他的这个最细微的精神没有间断，所以呢，他从昏迷当中进入了中阴，然后从中阴当中又回到这个现实这个全部的这个过程当中，因为这个他的精神的最细微的东西还没有结束所以他还是会回来，就像我们深度的睡眠，然后做梦，做完了以后又会醒过来一样。
So throughout this entire process, because the most subtle strata of consciousness has not been broken, therefore a being moves from the state of confusion into the intermediate state and then into the state of rebirth. It's because this most subtle continuum has not been broken that it is that the being in question will return. And this is the same as it being why it is that we wake up, we are able to wake and return to our waking real life after a period of sleep.
人死了以后就是认为是一切都结束这种想法是对生命的一个非常不了解，是一个非常片面的说法，然后同时也是一个非常消极、非常悲观的人生观那么我们这样的人就奋斗了一辈子那么最后走的时候全部归零了，什么也没有了，从此以后我们都不存在，我们变成了石头泥土那么或者到底有什么意义呢很多人就觉得人生没有意义这样子的这个想法，也就是跟这个有非常大的关系。我们没有远见看不到很远的地方然后就认为这个生命暂时这个走完了就结束，没有下一个旅途。这样子以后呢，我们也不知道人活的一辈子应该去追求什么然后呢，到了70、80岁的时候呢，只有等死内心非常的空虚痛苦，不知道应该去做什么，没有什么希望，没有什么追求所以这种人生观就导致了很多很多的精神上的伦理道德上面的很多的问题所以人的生命根本就不是这么简单的我们只看到了一个表面，然后瞎说然后没有下意识什么，我觉得这个是最落后的一个人生观。
many people believe that with death then life comes to an end, that death is the end of a life. This is a very inadequate, very narrow understanding of life. It's also a very negative and very pessimistic kind of life view or world view. If we spend our entire lives working really hard to accomplish various things, and then ultimately when we die everything goes back to zero and we become just rocks or stone, then what really is the point or purpose in living? Many people not being able to see any further than the apparent end of this life, believing that when this life is finished that nothing else exists beyond it, therefore don't know what it is that they should be living for. And many people, on account of this belief, also when they find themselves growing old, say 80 years of age, simply waiting for death, having no understanding or hope about anything to come beyond the point of death. So in actual fact, this very inadequate and one-sided understanding of death precipitates a great deal of psychological and also ethical problems in society too. And I really think that this very narrow and short-sighted understanding of death is the most backward kind of view possible.
人的生命就不是这么简单的啊！这个所有的这个宇宙当中啊，可以说人的生命是最强大的力量，万事万物它可以创造，所以呢，我们不能对这个生命的理解不能太简单。
In fact, our life is not as simple as this. In the universe, the force of life is really the strongest force. It is able to create. It is the creator of everything. Therefore, we shouldn't have an overly simplistic understanding of what life is.
最后给大家推荐3本书。
Finally, I'd like to recommend 3 books to everyone.
第一本叫做《西藏度亡经》啊，全世界的范围当中，就是把我们刚才讲的这几个阶段描述的最清楚的，这是唯一的一本书，就是《西藏度亡经》。《西藏度亡经》从上世纪1927年的时候，就从藏文翻译了英文啊，目前有英文的版本啊，希望大家就照一下这本书啊，读一读啊，这里面介绍的非常的清楚。
So the first book is the Tibetan Book of the Dead, or otherwise called Liberation Through Hearing During the Intermediate State. This is the only book that, or text that explains in great clarity the different stages of the dying process that we have talked about tonight. In 1917, it was translated first from Tibetan into English, and so the English version exists. It would be great if everyone could read this and familiarize themselves with it. It offers a very clear description of the stages we've been talking about.
心理学家荣格他非常重视这本书，高度的评价了这本书。
The psychologist Runge very much esteemed this book, regarded it as a very important text.
第二本书，的题目叫做《一生又一生》 啊，就是美国人写的，叫做内蒙穆迪博士啊，他是一位科学家、心理学家，然后呢，他在临床上就是遇到了150个人，那么150个人都是有濒死经验的，从死亡的边缘回来的，那么他们有150个人所描述的自己的这个死亡的边缘上的这种感觉，跟《西藏度亡经》讲的，大家对比一下，有惊人的相似的地方。
这baca ke名字来看不啦？医生。
内蒙穆迪博士，几把心理学。
The second book is written by.
今年几把是 KTT 出咋送完嘛
？Oh yeah. This book is written by Raymond Moody. I believe the title in English is From One Life to the Next. In any case, this book details 150 cases of people with near-death experiences. That is, people who have returned to life from the edge of death. And the descriptions that they give of their experiences, everyone can compare with what is described in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And there are many strong similarities.
第3本书就是维吉尼亚大学的教授史蒂文森他写的，那他的这个书的题目叫做《前世今生与生物学》。
And the third book is written by Professor Ian Stevenson, and it is called, I believe, Past Lives and Biology.
这3本书直接和间接的告诉我们死亡是什么。
So these 3 books, both indirectly and directly, explain to us what death is.
今天的课讲到这里，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。
This is the end of tonight's teaching. Thanks very much, everyone.
好，我们最后做回向啊！我们今天听经闻法的功德，回向给天下所有的众生。愿我们的功德能让天下所有的众生幸福快乐，很快就能够了脱生死啊！这样子发愿，然后做回向。
So we are going to end now by dedicating our merit, the merit that we have gained through listening to this evening's teaching. We share with all living beings in the aspiration that they, on the strength of this, may achieve happiness and health and rapidly transcend the sufferings of cyclic existence.
Sonam de tancha zuba nya tomne ni be jana banje jirga nan je wa long zhe bai zhe bim zo lin zhou a zhou wen xiu om a hong ban zhen ge zhen ban ma se de hong om a hong ban zhen ge zhen ban ma se de hong om a hong ban zhen ge zhen ban ma se de hong。谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛，大家晚安。